Oracle. What should they call her? What should they call her? Oracle. I actually got up really super early this morning. What's good? Cheerfully sweet. Got up very early this morning, and I had other plans that I was going to do today. Was good, Brianna. I had other plans that I was going to do today. But Spirit turned that around, okay, and reminded me that today was 2525 portal day. Okay, special shout out, okay? There she is. Special Of course, I was in the middle saying happy birthday, and my signal went out on my tablet. But happy birthday, our very own Project Execute. So we're gonna talk about some things today. We are gonna talk about the portal. And what's good, honestly, manifest and everybody coming in on both sides. Okay, I want to come on and say something. 2525 is a portal day. Okay, 2525. So you can reduce that to 7 and 7, right? Still would be a double, right? Then add that together, you would get 14. Right? What's good, Natasha? Then you would add that together, you would get a 5. So today is a 5 day. And so for those of you that don't know, okay, the number 5 is the number of frequency of change. What's good, divine leadership? Right? It's the frequency of change. So those of you that are on TikTok, you can't see that the thumbnail for YouTube, you guys know I always go live on both places, so that way you can go back and you can rewind on YouTube, right? So the title over there is The Tides Are Turning. Okay? So we're going to talk about that and what that looks like for us. Okay? How that is going to resonate. And some of y'all might be feeling like, but there's so much happening, but there's so much going on. How could it be turning in our favor? But it is. Okay? Because sometimes you got to kind of fall off a cliff so that you can recognize that you've been headed in the wrong direction. Okay? Yes, buy heirloom seeds. I saw your message right before I came on. Okay, so the heirloom seeds that Divine Leaders is talking about, for those of you that are not in my Patreon, I do a lot of extra content over there. I'm always looking out for my people, and I was giving them a list of supplies that they would need to get. And heirloom seeds will they're not genetically modified. So meaning that when your vegetables or fruit grow, they're going to have seeds. So you can use that to reseed. Okay, so I wanted to start with that, but let's look at this number 5. Okay, this is the number of change. And I don't know if you notice, but the more erratic the energy gets, the more people will get on the same accord. It may not look like that right now, but that frequency is coming. Okay? So we're going to jump in. We're going to see what spirit wants us to know about this frequency, about this energy for the collective, what's going down, right? I feel like listen, we're in the 12th house right now. And I said something incorrect to my group yesterday. It wasn't Uranus that came out of retrograde, it was Jupiter. Okay? So depending on where Jupiter sits in your chart, what house, that's the area that you could see gains coming in. Okay? So like it's in Gemini, right? So like for me, that's the second house. So that can hit my finances, right? I can make some gains or some forward motion. So look at your birth chart. Where does Jupiter reside? Look at that house and look at where Gemini is, and put those two concepts together. That's going to give you an indication of which direction you could see some forward motion in. Okay? Now, certain people, because the 12th house is hidden enemies. So what is this saying? You see what you're seeing collectively about an assault on freedoms, liberties, TikTok. This is for educational purposes, okay? So you're seeing an assault, okay, on freedoms. You're also seeing people who might have represented themselves as allies to be really enemies. That's all 12th house shit, right? And then you got Pluto sitting in Aquarius, right? Trying to break free for humanity, and then you have authoritativeness trying to push against that. Okay, so this is that break free energy, right? And there's you might feel like there's an open invite. You might feel like there's an open invite to crash out. That might actually be the fucking purpose that some people are trying to achieve, the crash out, right? But Spirit has been advising that we're not to crash out just yet. We're to allow segments to understand the consequences of their actions, and as well refine and restructure how it is that we exercise our intuition that our ancestors has given us, and their wisdom in circumstances and paths that they already took. And it's a very much a need to tap into that if you're following what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna and that's for everybody, right? Because ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J-O-B, right? So I feel like there's something here that Spirit wants us to understand about what's really good and how the tide is changing, although it may not seem like that. Let's pull one. Spirit, can you show me what is the collective message you would like to give in regards to the tides changing and how things have been, let's say, pushed into a particular situation so that the collective can get a better understanding of what is really necessary at this juncture. So can you show me? You have Lolo, number 16, standing on light. Stand in the light. Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants to tell us about that. Okay, I'm also seeing a butterfly on this card. Okay, Spirit's also talking about like Mandela effect, butterfly effect. So everything that's happening right now, although could feel very, very disruptive, it's something that had to be put in motion so that the collective could get an understanding of what is really being restricted or what is trying to be removed, and who has to gain from that, and how we need to proceed to protect the collective. Because there is a new spirit, work with me. There's a new division that is trying to be orchestrated, right? And they may have used one premise that would have had to do with people's cultures and affinities and how they saw themselves. And in reality, it was about where they financially fall. If you follow what I'm saying, right? So now there's this realization of what's really good. Okay, so we're going to look at number 16 and see what Spirit is trying to tell us with this butterfly and us standing in the light. Yeah, the new energy is deceptive. Correct. You are unique. You are a divine and beautiful being. You stand apart from the crowd. Sometimes this evokes jealousy or desire in others who want to possess your light and beauty as their own. You need never fear another or believe that they can harm you. Allow yourself to be true to who you are. Do not try to hide your inner light or beauty. You are meant to be seen. Your soul is nurtured and protected by your love for the divine. Right? So standing in your power, Spirit is reminding you, right? It could feel, the fight or flight or freeze that you are feeling right now has more to do with how your ancestors, I remember the way, recall within our physical vessels this experience that has befalled humanity almost every 80 years. Okay. So the fear or the anxiety that you feel is real. However, what we have learned about our own internal superpowers is still increasing. Most people started their activations during 2020. Do not let this new situation make you waver in your ability to draw that which is already yours. Okay, so it's like the outside is trying to confuse or lower the vibration, because that makes it easier for some type of hijacking, some type of role reversal, destiny reversal type frequency. Okay, and here's the prayer. I am cloaked in the divine glory, light, grace, and beauty. I am a child of the divine, and I am protected in the sanctuary of absolute divine love now and always. So be it. So this energy is really trying to get you to lower the frequency. Now, there's going to be responses, and these responses they are to jam the system. Let's jam, right? They're not going to just allow a takeover, right? So there's going to be some cogs, okay? Some sticks put in the cogs, okay, to slow things down. And while that is occurring, it is important that the spiritual people hold up a certain vibration, and this is going to assist the collective to turn the tides. This is not necessarily time to be outside, because that is the response that they are trying to elicit. This is the time, if you are a believer in some type of spirituality, okay, they say, I'll announce that in a second, divine leaders. They say that the spiritual, or those that are most walking in the light, pray in their closet and not on Front Street. So if you were to apply that to what it is, and the overall mission is that we are to pray to our ancestors, that they guide our footsteps, because we have slayed this dragon before, and we will again. Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants to say. I know I didn't do the elements this week. Let me tell you, Spirit right now does not want us concentrating on our signs. Does that make sense? Okay. Last week I closed, it's all symbolic. Yes. So right now, what Spirit is saying is we are all Aries, we are all Taurus, we are all Gemini, and so on and so forth. If we are the all consciousness, then I am you and you and me. And how do we embrace that and uplift that so that that which needs to be exposed can be seen by the masses in time. To restructure something before. What's good, Shaquana? Before what's good, Mel? I hope I said hi to everybody. Before something takes a turn. What's good, Natasha? Right? So we are going to pull some tarot. Work with your ancestors heavily right now. I don't care if you don't have offerings. Go and pour some water out and have a conversation with your known and unknown ancestors and ask for their covering in this trying time, and that they lead your footsteps and guide you through any adverse conditions, energies, or plots to dismantle your freedom, your abundance, or the legacy that you and your ancestors have fought so hard for. Ashe, Spirit, Six of Swords, because what we're asking for is calmer waters. Spirit, can you show me, please? Let me, I don't like what name mirror this. There we go. Spirit, can you show me, please, what it is that the collective needs to know on this 5 frequency day, where it's talking about the change that has to occur to break free. Spirit, can you show me, please? Thank you, everybody coming in. We got the 3 of Cups out here. Maiden, Mother, Crone. Spirit, can you show me, please? Can you show me, please? Wow, never noticed that. We're gonna get to that. Woo! Star card. Spirit, can you show me, please? Can you show me, please? Can you show me, please? Star card. And what is this? You got the 8 of Swords coming out diagonal. Spirit, can you show it to me, please? And we have the King of Pentacles coming out cross. There goes some oligarch. Spirit, can you show me, please? Can you show me, please? There goes the Emperor. Can you show me, please? One more, please. And the Seven of Swords. Well, you know, as I said, we are in the 12th house, okay? Frequency, and there's a lot of things that need to come to the forefront. And the North Node is in the 12th house. Uncovering and exposing what we must see to be able to continue on this journey. You have the Three of Wands here. All of this has to happen, like I said, with the butterfly effect, so we can move forward in a direction, okay? The card says you have left your castle and are now on a journey on a vast open sea, a place of doubt and insecurity, but progress is being made. And what did I say? That you may not see it outside, but Spirit is saying that the tide is already turning because they're putting sticks in the cogs so something doesn't get to move in the way they wanted to. When I move, you move, just like that. When I move, you move, right? Let's get us a deck to clarify. Spirit. And I'm going to show you guys this card. Why is this Three of Cups here? Talking about some type of unity. Okay? Unity, right? Okay, can you show me what's this Three of Cups about? What's good, Ruby? What's this Three of Cups about, please? Eight of Swords. Collectively, there is something palpable that is making those I remember the way, right? Akashic Records is wide open. You've been everything. You've been white, you've been black, you've been a human, you've been an animal, you've been the victim, and you've been the assailant, you've been the thief, and you've been the one who's been robbed. Okay, so if we are all connected to the all, then as this is occurring, we are all also being activated by the frequency that is within us that tells us that something is not in alignment. What's good, Jennifer LaRoe? That something is out of order. Right? So you have here, now let's examine this card. I'm going to show each camera. Okay, do you see how those three women, maiden, mother, and crone, could also look like they have three different heritages? Look closely, gang. That is coming out with the Eight of Swords. So regardless, okay, so why we shouldn't have been taken to the streets just yet is because there's an activation, right? And there's a desire to draw out a particular segment so that they can have a certain response, but it's having an adverse effect. What's happening is that our ancestors are telling us sit something out, and in that time other groups are being activated, and this is going to become universal. Maiden, mother, crone, right? You got the Star card here. There are individuals that have lost their way for things that they wanted to obtain and attain. And so right now, some of those people are selling their souls and their fellow man. I sat down with my sisters and we'll stand when they do. Okay. So you have here people looking for the wrong things, okay, and wanting the wrong things, and they're losing their way, right? And this is gonna separate, okay, the chaff from the wheat, or you know, like we're gonna get to the meat of it. And this time it's not gonna go in the way that they always do, because the tail was wagging the dog, and they could use the message that they wanted and get the reaction that they wanted that helped them stay in control. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And so now what it is that there's going to be, you know, when you get too far ahead of your skis, okay, well, Starman, right? Yeah. Starman is out everywhere trying to snatch some shit. And I feel like he does get some of it, but he also gets some I feel like if he's not careful before this North Node is over, that it's in the 12th house, you know, he could find himself in a paid for vacation to a federal resort, if you follow what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, he's not careful, but he's cocky. And if he keeps playing around, because let me turn the fan on, because I'm hot as hell, because Spirit's trying to get to it right now. Give me 10 seconds. All right, because Lordy. So there's only a couple ways that this situation could go, okay? And as far as that individual is preparing themselves an extended stay at a federal resort, if you understand. Right? Because what this person doesn't understand, and had they been taking notes, they would have understood that the only reason why a particular somebody didn't go away correct. The only reason why this person didn't go away was because we ran out of time and they got money from other individuals. Okay? Mona B. I'm going to let you up. Let's see. Hey. Hi. How are y'all feeling? I am good. I am good. What's going on, ladies? What are you guys talking about?
But it's just giving me weird vibes, like, because y'all know the president's gonna be there, right? Oh, wow. See, I don't watch sports,
so I'm gonna say this because this is what we were talking about over here when you guys sent the request. We were talking about how a certain individual who was not voted for don't really understand that what he's doing is preparing himself an extended stay at a federal resort. And had he paid attention to somebody else's situation who did get some protection because they were elected, because some people had long money to help him out and avoid some things, and had that shit not happen, he'd be in an extended stay. But the problem is that this other individual doesn't understand that they do not have that immunity, baby. And they will come get all of your bread. Because remember that the other dudes still got 400 and something million dollars that they waiting to collect from my state of New York that I'm originally from. So if this man who is not from here thinks that they're going to let him shake the tree and then they're not going to come get their money, because we all know how it works here. Ain't shit free. Ain't shit free. They will use him and the other one to get a couple of things, squared away that they wanted to do any old way. And then they will come and get their money and send them away on a visit. And before they can even talk about it, they'll say that some cameras went off in a particular area of this resort and they decided to check out. And that's what, I really think, I think that's coming. And the more that they jump from agency to agency, and for those of you, y'all know I talk to spirit. And Big Mama can't wait. She's so hungry. She's so ready. And our favorite female, I call her K-Dot because she's from the same area, if you follow what I'm saying. Okay? And Big Mama is not overlooking what injustices was done. And so although we might not get to rectify that, they're going to pay pound for pound for that because they're getting ahead of their skis. And at the end of the day, the government wants their money no matter what.
Just like now, they suing Elon for, him having access to the treasury and him giving that boy access. Like, wait, what? Like, I feel like they are doing, how like all of a sudden we have all of these people, what they say, woke. Like everybody just woke up like out of a deep sleep. Like, what? And now I feel like they're doing so much because people keep saying like, this is not a physical war, this is a spiritual warfare. So I feel like they're doing so much at one time because they're trying to bring us back down to a certain level spiritually. They want you to be, worried. They want you to be upset. They want you to, you know what I mean, just like be at your lowest vibration. They want that. So that they can, gain more power or whatever. And at this point, it's just like, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for the banana tailpipe. I'm not gonna do it. Because this is where they want us to be. They want us to be spiritually depleted.
Well, we was just actually talking about that before you came in. Because I was saying that this is the plan. That's what they're trying to do. But what they don't understand is that collectively, our ancestors been here before. And they're guiding our steps. And we can feel it collectively. I know all of us be waking up in the middle of the night because we can feel it. And those are our ancestors putting us on. Like you see them, right? Don't go outside because that's what they want. They want you to get in the front line. You know what I'm saying? And we're not doing that. Because we're going to get in the closet like our ancestors did, and we're going to move mountains. And that's what they know this. This is why they come in at our vibration. Okay. But it's not going to work. because now we have that the ancestors leading us, but also we have knowledge that we didn't have before. And I feel like other segments are gonna crash out. And when the bosses, let me tell you, when the financial sector, the ones that own the companies, crash out, because they're gonna crash out because they losing money too. When they crash out, that's when we go outside, because that's when we'll have protection. Okay, that's when we'll have protection. When you see the companies turn their backs, then we can go outside. Okay, because then they ain't gonna mess with the money. Okay, because it's all about the money. If it ain't about the money, okay, so you already know what it is.
It is. It is all about the money. What you gonna say? What is your name? Juan? Juan. What? I just use Juan. Short as Wanda. Okay, Juan. Yeah, but I'm in 100% agreement with her because I didn't hear you was breaking that. What you say? I'm in 100% agreement with everything she said because it's more to come. So much more to come.
Right, and I think, listen, they playing in our face.
Hi, Tammy. Hi, Mike. Just go ahead.
They playing in our face, and they trying to play, the same divisions, and we just have to, move out the way and allow other segments to have their wake up call. And I think the last thing I'm gonna say about that part, because I woke up with this on my mind. I didn't even get to say this in my own live. The day of 9/11, and this is relevant to what's happening. The day of 9/11, I lived in Bayonne, New Jersey, which you could visibly see the skyline of New York City. My mother was actually working a block away from where 9/11 was. Okay. At that time, my husband, who is deceased now, was on top of one of those huge oil tanks, so he could see what was happening. And we had the old Nextel phones, the chirps. And so that was the only reason why we could get in contact with each other. And he chirped me and he was like, "Get your ass up." I had just dropped off the kids to school and came back and laid down, right? He chirped me. He was like, "Get your ass up and look out the window." So I looked out the window and one building's on fire and the other building is still standing. I turn on the TV, right? The one building, the other building gets hit, the other building falls. So now I'm freaking out. I'm trying to call my mother. I can't get through. All of what we know occurs, right? So I chirped my husband back and I'm like, "Yo, I'm going to get the kids right now before they lock down. Meet me at the supermarket." We didn't have a car. We had just moved into a new apartment. So all we had was $80. Went to the supermarket, grabbed whatever we could for the $80. We walked there. Okay. I'm never going to forget this. We called a cab to take us back with a little bit of groceries that we was able to get. And a Caucasian man came, and me and my kids are this complexion. And my Puerto Rican husband was fair-skinned at the time. So he thought that he was white, and he thought that we were Middle Eastern. So he said to my husband, "I'm not taking them in the cab because we're trying to stick up on them right now." Right? So my husband says to him, like, nah, we're all Puerto Rican. Right? So he says, "I get in the car," right? So we get in the car, and my kids are like, I don't know, 9 and 12. Okay. And the man is steady saying, and I'll never forget this. He said to me that day and said to my husband, who was sitting in the front seat, he said, "We're waiting for y'all and the black people," not understanding that I'm half black, right? "We're waiting for y'all to go out there and then we'll go."
What? That's crazy.
So what I'm saying to you is that this is exactly what is happening. Okay.
I keep trying to tell people that. And people, reading is fundamental. I don't know what is wrong with these people, and they act like they can't freaking read. Like, reading Project 2025 is not easy. It's not, because it is just boring, and it's just, you know, some of it is a little bit repetitive, and then some of it is just like, wow, I can't believe they said this shit. Like, really? That's what y'all got in the store? Like, but this whole setup is not to make America great again. It's to make America no white.
Yeah, it's they basically trying to destroy us. Every reason.
Yeah, they trying to get everybody out of here. I don't know what people don't understand about that. Like, you really set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you where I live. I'm not too far from Airborne, so you know the air people. They were the main ones. He got them on board, and you see now. Look how he doing that now.
Absolutely. And even the Latinos, let's talk about them, because I'm half Puerto Rican. Okay. And the problem that they're having right now is that they lumped all the Latinos together. It would be as if we put African Americans together with Africans and said they all a monolith. Okay. We're not all a monolith. Okay. Certain countries that already came from dictatorships, they down with that shit. They lean that way. Okay. So, of course, they came and did the same thing because that's what they know. Okay. So it looks good to them because that's how they grew up. And that's the problem. And then we also have a segment that is, you know, on some machismo, red pill, right? We have that too, right? So that's where that percentage came from, right? And then some of us have more European, and some of us have more African, and a lot of us voted along those lines, if you catch my drift. Okay, so we got all of that going on. But the other problem is that there were three motives, and there's actually three different sects that's holding up what we're experiencing. We have one sect, which is greed, and these are the billionaires. We have another sect that is racist, and this is their whole system is built on that, and that's internal that we're having.
In the comments, what do you say? Wrong. You said we put racism down. What do you? I'm lost.
And the last sect is interference, foreign interference, and there's a particular somebody who bought 8 years, and they only got 4, and they was tight, and they flooded the market with some money to hire spiritual creators to pump certain messages, which is why this turned into a spiritual war. And so those are the 3 legs that's holding up what we're experiencing, from my opinion: foreign interference, greedy ass billionaires, and the racists. And if we can look at those 3 for what it is, then maybe we could get ourselves free from this shit.
You're exactly right on that. You're exactly right. And it's just confusing to me that why people don't, I mean, like you said, the whole machismo part, you know, this whole, you know, macho attitude or whatever, like a woman can't be president. Like, men hate for a woman to be telling them something, even though she's right. Like, common sense or good sense, it's just good sense. Like, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Like, to put this man back in office did not make sense.
Self-sabotage.
What did you say? Because
a lot of people now regret not voting for the lady that was running. They regret it now.
Yes, sir.
A few do.
Yeah. I'm talking about like the Arabs. Well, like she said, the people in Southwest Detroit here, where the Latinos here, they regret it now because of what they're going through.
Right. And we need to let more people crash out.
Yeah. Some people, I saw an interview the other day or whatever, and you know, some people was being taken away and stuff like that. And you still have the men, I would say the men, because I don't remember seeing any women saying this, but you had some of the men saying, oh, even if they sent us back, like, you know, I still voted for him. I still, you know, voted for because he's gonna make the economy great. And I heard that now they want him to be to come over to Mexico and run.
Listen, the way I see it, they can stay with that opinion on Guantanamo Bay because that's where they're going to be expressing it from if they don't stop playing. Because as first off, that Mexican president, I love her. Okay, what is her name? Claudia Sheinbaum. She's serving. Okay, she is serving, and she's not moving over for anybody, and that's a pipe dream. So it's like over here when you hear the loudest voices in the room be the smallest minority. That's what we're hearing with that over there too. It's the same shit. And it's not real life. So they could go ahead and they can dream it, but it's not real life, and that's not going to happen. And what's funny is that the ones that are going to get deported are the very ones that voted for him.
Yeah, that's true, and we see that more and more, like every day.
Now, like, what's his name, Coach Bilal? I'm not understanding. You said we still don't get it. We still don't get what? I wish I could ask him because I don't understand what he mean by we still don't get something. I'm lost.
I understand like what these people don't understand about this man is for people with money. If you cannot sit at home on your ass every day without breaking a sweat, and your money is working for you, you are not his friend, honey. You are not. He don't give a crap about you. You gonna be somewhere picking cotton, boy.
Yeah, and it's not just who they think. It's not just who they think, because I saw this morning a breakdown. So it was like what they wanted to add to forms, and this was a school form, right? It was like, you know how they'll say Caucasian, African American, right? So there was a subset. So as Latinos, we're used to, they try to play us with a subset. Wait till Caucasian people have to check, because that's what the page was saying. It was like German, Irish, right? Wait till that happens, because that's how it used to be, right? So they think that it's not going to affect them, but that's not the case, because the segment of people that they invited in onto this party, they're all about that.
Exactly, and all of them people that thought they would still come to this day, whether you have Latino, whether you have Indigenous, whether you have Black, whatever, all of those people that's out there, you think you pass it, they come get your ass.
Right. And I ain't never been confused, okay? Because and I talk about this often on my channel. I'm Generation X. I'm 53 years old. I went into the school system shortly after integration happened. We didn't know that we were an experiment, but we could feel that we weren't wanted. Okay? So part of this is we kind of inherently know what they're up to, even if we can't necessarily put our finger on it. I think we all knew November 6th.
Yeah.
He jumped off my live because he couldn't answer that question. I mean, my thing is, like my friend Y said, we all types our own opinions about how we feel about it. Or they're telling people they incorrect and now we still don't get it. Don't come on my live with that.
Right.
Or that being disrespectful. I guess he decided to get himself off of that. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. And I understand that we're not always gonna be in agreement, but we should recognize that we're all fighting for humanity.
That right there, what you said. We all should recognize it because we all going through it. That's what they don't get. They don't get it. Like they don't get it.
Same boat. And they don't understand that it doesn't matter if you consider yourself middle class. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself a low poverty or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Hispanic. We all in the same boat, and that's the part that they don't get.
That's right. That's right. And I wish people took a little more time to know a little bit more about their own history. I proudly represent myself as Afro-Latina, and I will get into an argument with any Latino or Latina over the lack of them understanding who they are. That is an ethnicity, sweetheart. That is not your race, baby. And you should recognize what they see you as. Okay?
Exactly. Because you could be just as born and dumb as all you want to. Just like these people that's out here, you know, it was a post, well, actually, it was a post on Facebook, and it was this lady, and evidently, make a long story short, she found out her mother was passed. She had no idea. And she didn't believe that even her father knew that her mother was passing. But she did her research and everything, and got her mother's birth certificate and everything like that or whatever. And so I had made a statement in the comments, and I was basically just like, you know what? If people would just accept like who they are, a lot of this shit that's going on in the world, we can find out.
Right.
If you just was proud to be who you are, then you couldn't hate on me because we're the same.
Right. And I would like to take it further. I really would like to take it further because you've been everything, which is what I was just saying before y'all clicked in. You've been the victim and you've been the assailant.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, how y'all doing?
We're good. How about you?
Doing good. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym.
Okay.
Then what do y'all do? Well, why is it, are y'all all moms? No, I don't think I
Yeah. Yeah.
Then can I get y'all age?
Why?
So
What is age?
I want to get to because I'm actually really good at it. I'm gonna start with Wan. Wan, that's your name, right? Juan. Nice to meet you. My name's Gene, by the way. I would say you look like 37.
Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So I'm wrong. How old are you?
I don't tell my age up here.
So, like, give me a range. Give me a range.
Okay, we were having a specific conversation, so
Oh, so I just conversation. My fault. I'm new to this TikTok live thing.
Okay.
yeah, this is not a dating show. Did you want to say something?
I don't know. I mean, I post like gym videos and stuff like that. So if you guys ever want to check that out, I guess it's in my bio. My gym.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah, what's your name, by the way? What's your name?
Man, it's fun.
No, I know the other one. When I was just talking.
Monet.
Monet, nice to meet you. What's your name? Your name, Love?
Lovely.
Lovely. That's your name for real?
It's my TikTok name. Why would I give out my government?
What are you coming for?
No, I know, but I'm telling the truth. Like, why would I put my government on a site like this? That would be, cray cray.
Yeah, like you're saying Monet is cray cray. She got hers right there.
Maybe she do, or maybe she don't. But either which way, as we stated, we were having a conversation, and I think that what you're angling for is a different type of conversation than what, as you said, the grown women were discussing. And so I feel like we want to be supportive of all voices if they're discussing the topic that we're discussing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry if I distracted y'all conversation. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna just be here.
Anyway, ladies, I'm about to go because I was in the middle of a reading. But I am so glad that you invited me up to speak in your live, because this is subjects that we really do need to have.
And I'm following you too, love.
Yes, I'm gonna follow you too, because I feel like we need to figure out how to have these conversations and heal our community.
Yeah, we already followed each other.
Okay. All right, sisters. Bye. I don't know how I can get out, but
I don't know how to do it.
You can kick them out. Oh my god.
I don't know who brought me in.
I think I did,
Okay,
actually.
girl, bye. That was a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And what I was trying to say right beforehand was that, you know, we've been everything. So even in other lives, you've been versions of everything. So there's no need for us to fight, you know. So just wishing all of your viewers a beautiful day. And hopefully we'll get to speak again, Monet.
Too. Thank you, lovely.
Thank you. I don't know how to get out.
Let me see. I haven't been online in so long. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna end this one on TikTok. Any of yous that want to, yeah, disconnect. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. As you see, the community is really trying to find spaces that we can agree, and that's the beginning. Riddick, lay down. Okay, so we got the 8 of Swords out here, guys. And anytime my sisters come in and want to talk about the diaspora and the healing of the diaspora, I'm going to take that live every time. I'm going to take that live every time. Okay. So we have the 8 of Swords out here coming out with the 3 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. They have a plan to try to cause enough anxiety that we wouldn't see the coffers get emptied. Okay. But 7 of Wands. Look at the divine. Stepping in on the behalf of the collective, right? So you got the King of Pentacles in the reverse, right? So this is what they wanted. They wanted to empty the coffers, but they end up in reverse because, like I said, somebody, someday, they're gonna shoot their shot, which they already have. And this is causing a okay. It's like the dark matter is eating up something. Look how that mountain is black. You see how that mountain back there is black, right? It feels like the more the greed, the more the hatred, the more the openness to do these things, and the brazenness and their open collaborations, the more various groups become like-minded, if that's making sense. Okay, so you got the Emperor here with the King of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay, so the Emperor's in the upright. This is the King of Wands, somebody taking action. I feel like that's Starman. Okay, I feel like this is the law standing in their way, blocking something. Okay, 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords is the 10 of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay, so orange one is a King of Swords. And the 6 of Cups, okay, and the 7 of Pentacles, right? So taking a bunch of steps forward and then finding out that you're right back where you were. Okay, 7 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So here you have the 7 of Swords. Okay. This is Lady Justice in a sense. Okay. And if you notice, there's a bunch of women on this card. Okay. This Lady Justice, you feel like there's 3 players. One of these ladies is Claudia Scheinbaum. Okay. That's Mexico. Right. And actually, that's not a lady at the bottom. That's a man. I think that's Trudeau and 2 women. And then this woman. Okay. Now, you have the 10 of Cups and the Lovers. Okay. So somebody's overplaying their hand. And because they overplay their hand, we get a break in some way. It's going to be a minute, guys. Okay. That comes out with the Ace of Wands. Okay. Because like too passionate. Okay. And then the Hangman. Okay. I feel like that's Aquarius. I also feel like this is like a change of perspective because we're going to start seeing that the way that we are organizing is different. And the Chariot, we're going to make more strides forward by not hitting the streets and by hitting the pockets and show our true strength. With the Strength card, okay, it's going to be over before it fully starts because they got ahead of their skis because you can't beat the Queen of Pentacles, okay? And they're going to recognize that the Page of Wands, this was a bad idea. 5 of Swords, okay? Manipulation, 8 of Pentacles, okay? And getting kids on the computers was a bad idea, okay? Knight of Wands and their stupid asses listened, okay? Temperance and the Page of Swords, you know, there is a biblical phrase that says, don't dig, when you dig a grave for someone else, you actually dig in yours or something like that. And I feel like what they are intending for others will end up biting them. Okay. Spirit, why is this 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck? Right? 4 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay, I feel like the public turns against them. Yeah, with the Page of Cups, okay? And the 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles, okay? So they are going to get away with something, okay? Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, okay? Page of Swords and the Sun. So they don't fully get to do what they wanted, but it is a problem. With the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, and the 5 of Pentacles, in the end, they're going to get locked out. And the people, power to the people, power to the people. Okay? But we're going to go through some shit before that. Today, how do I say this? I thought I saw a notification come across my phone, and that might have been a future notification, if you understand. And this notification was talking about something not functioning or somebody's heart chakra exploding. And so one could be creating a visit to a federal resort, as I said, and the other one could be creating a visit to a dirt resort. Okay. And that's pretty much what I came on to say. I know that the reading kind of got interrupted, but I felt like one of the girls, Monet, was my mutual, and I know that we are all going through a very hard time, and any time that I can expand on the message to reach more people and let them know that we will be okay, and that yes, you should prepare, but we will be okay, I'm going to take that opportunity. So I hope you guys don't mind. Project Execute, happy birthday again. Okay. Portal Day, keep your mind on the prize. Okay, we're going to allow others to come to some decision making within themselves and choose to be part of the solution and not the problem before we run into burning buildings, if you follow what I'm saying. All right, guys? So that's what I have, and I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, guys.